This is PokePress coverage of the 2010 Pokemon Trading Card and Video Game World Championships in Kona, Hawaii. Alright, hi folks, I'm Stephen Reich, and this is Game 1 of the Juniors VGC Finals at Worlds 2010. So this is actually turn 2, so at the start of this turn we had Ludicolo and Kyogre for the top player, and Ho-Oh and Ludicolo for the bottom player, but the top player switches both Pokemons. He switches Kyogre for Cresselia, and Ludicolo for Dialga. Ho-Oh protects itself, and Ludicolo uses Grass Knot on Cresselia. And we get a Leech Seed from Ludicolo onto Cresselia. And we get a substitute from Ho-Oh. And a Dragon Pulse from Dialga to Ho-Oh. Breaks that substitute. And Cresselia uses Thunder Wave on Ho-Oh and paralyzes it. So the Leech Seed takes effect. Remember, Leech Seed stays in effect until the Pokemon that was seeded leaves play. If another Pokemon switches into Ludicolo's position, they'll get the benefit. Ho-Oh, you'll notice, has a leftovers. And Ludicolo switches out for Groudon. Groudon, of course, immediately makes it sunny. And Ho-Oh comes back in favor of a Cherrim. And of course, since it's sunny, Cherrim immediately transforms into its sunny form. And Dialga uses Dragon Pulse on Groudon. Cherrim's ability not only changes its shape, but it also gives it a stat boost, so and Dialga comes back and is replaced with Kyogre, which makes it rain, and that'll change Cherrim back. And Cresselia goes back as well. And Ludicolo comes out. Cherrim protects itself this turn. And Groudon lets out an Earthquake. And the top player's Ludicolo also has the leftovers. So Groudon comes back. And the bottom player sends in a Ludicolo. Cherrim protects itself. And Ludicolo switches out to bring out Ho-Oh. And Kyogre comes back to bring out Cresselia. Luco tries to use Grass on Ho, but it doesn't do a lot of damage because, of course, Ho-Oh is Fire Flying. He was probably expecting to be able to use it on Groudon, but that didn't happen. And Sunny Day gets used, which changes Cherrim back into its flowery form. Cresselia comes back and sends out Dialga. Cherrim protects itself. And Ludicolo Leech Seeds Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh makes a substitute. Remember that Ho-Oh's speed is reduced because of its paralyzed status. Ludicolo protects itself. And Dialga sends a flamethrower out to Cherrim. Which takes quite a bit of damage. And Cherrim uses up its Citrus Berry. And sends out a Leech Seed right back at Dialga. Dialga comes back. And Kyogre comes out. Ludicolo for the top layer also comes back and is replaced by Cresselia. Ho-Oh for the bottom player comes back and is replaced by Groudon. And Kyogre comes back and is replaced by Ludicolo. Cherrim comes back and Ho-Oh is sent out. And now Groudon is using Earthquake. Of course, it misses Ho-Oh being flying, and also will miss Cresselia having Levitate. Groudon comes back, and now Cherrim comes out. So Luco uses Fake Out on Cherrim, and Cresselia uses Swagger on Ho-Oh. Swagger raises their attack stat but makes them confused. However, in this case it backfires because Ho then uses Brave Bird on Ludicolo. And knocks it out. Now, in some rare cases, the Pokemon will actually use Swagger on its teammate if it's protected by a safeguard or otherwise can't be confused. And Kyogre comes out. Ho-Oh comes back. And Ludicolo comes out to replace it. And we get an Ice Beam from Kyogre to Ludicolo. Just as normal damage because water resists while grass is weak. Oh, and we get a freeze. But Ludicolo has a berry that will heal that freeze. And Ludicolo comes back. And Groudon comes out. And now we get an Ice Beam from Kyogre to Cherim. Cherim just barely stays in there and uses Elite Seed on Cresselia. Cherim protects itself. And Groudon uses Earthquake. And Kyogre goes down. This has been a PokePress Special Report.